heartily welcome to Mr. Balamurli, sir. I welcome you, sir. I also welcome all the participants in and out of HiCast. Once again, I welcome all for our FDP. Thank you. Bala, sir, over to you.
Yeah, ma'am. Thank you. Very good evening to one and all present here. Hope you all know that we are in the approach session. Any idea yesterday how many sums we have seen yesterday? Let's see a recap. How many sums or how many net questions we have seen yesterday? Five. Good. Any other difference of opinion, or is it only 5? You have seen up to 7 questions. Correct? So now we are going to say 8th one. I request people to be interactive in these sessions because these are all like Q&A session. You get experiential learning. I hope you are all seeing the presentation screen. So take this question, check out what is the answer. And the methodology I told you yesterday, you should take 1 minute to answer this. The first 1 minute you take and operate. The next 1 minute I will explain so that it would be better and you know where you are falling down. Okay, 1 minute over. Have you got the answer for this question? Because methodology we have taught you yesterday. What's the answer? Others quickly reply. Okay, let us understand how to operate this within a minute. So it's a type of coding question. Whenever you see a coding question, you should not read every sentence and come to this coding ABCD. Rather, you must read the coding part first. You must read the coding part first. Okay. Which option appearing maximum number of times? B, correct. Which option appearing maximum number of times? B. So first we check out B. What is B? First, what is the question? Effective key teaching behavior, correct? So as I said, every question will have a clue. So this question has a clue. Okay. So what is B? Effective teaching behavior, showing enthusiasm, animation, variation in eye contact, voice and gestures. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes, very good. So majority of you knowing the answer, that is okay, but somebody would be having difficulty in answering this question. For them only I'm operating. So B is anyway correct. B is anyway correct. Now apart from B, which is having maximum option. So B, the option which doesn't have B should be ruled out. Now C is appearing twice. Using students' ideas by acknowledging and summarizing is the effective key teaching behavior. Yes or no? Using students' ideas by acknowledging and summarizing is the effective key teaching behavior. Yes or no? The summarizing, acknowledging students' points is okay. Is that effective key teaching behavior? So when you are an effective teacher, you are reiterating the student's point. Is that so? Definitely no. Because key teaching behavior is your individual skill set. It is not that whatever student says you copy and tell it on your own way, summarizing it, that is not accepted. So wherever C comes, that is wrong answer. So already we know that B is correct. Wherever C is wrong, so wherever B doesn't come, we rule out. Wherever C comes, we rule out. This is the answer. Now for your knowledge, I haven't read what is A and what is E. I saved my time. I read only B and C using my smart technique. I read only B and C and I got the correct answer. Yes or no? Like this you should use. Which option appears maximum number of time? From there you start the problem. Have you understood this methodology? Yes or no? Others, there are 29 in the group, but only 4 or 5 replying. I said the session should be interactive one. It's not a monologue. See, at the end of the FDP program, you will be having a test. Remember that. The test will be based on the session which you are going through. So don't be a mute witness here. Be an active listener. Okay, this is from your logical reasoning. Okay, the converse of all cats or mammals is dash. Converse. Converse means reverse angle, correct? That's what converse. Converse of all cats or mammal is dash. So this diagram they have been given in the question paper. I made this diagram for your better understanding. So as per this diagram, all cats or mammals is correct. All cats are mammals as per this line, because from inside to outside you are seeing the relationship. All cats are mammals. Reverse, some mammals are cats. Some mammals are cats. So answer some mammals or cats is correct. Clear? Any doubt in this?
Noted.
Use your chat box. It will be better because let us say 2 or 3 people opens mic at a time, then it would be a mess. If data has been recorded using technical media, which of the following is necessary step on the way to its interpretation? If data has been recorded using technical media, which among the following is the necessary steps to its interpretation? So use your common sense. You can easily answer this because the options look like odd man out. What is odd man out? 3 things are similar, one will be a different. The different one will be the answer in both the cases. Here, which one is different? What is the answer? Very good. It's A, transcription. Great. Congratulations. We'll move to next one. Okay. Questions look like big. Whenever questions look like a bigger one, believe me, the answers are very simple. Okay, at the stage of data analysis, in which quantitative technique has been used by the researcher, the evidence warrants rejection of null hypothesis. As I said, every question has a key, has a clue. So here is the clue. When you reject null hypothesis, what happens? Okay, what is hypothesis? Any idea? What is hypothesis? Because while we are teaching our research aptitude, we haven't talked much. What is hypothesis? Accept alternative answer is correct, but what is hypothesis? You can use your mic if you want, one at a time.
It should be proved or disproved, sir.
Could be
Proved or disproved.
disproved.
Yes.
So it's a mere assumption. It may or may not be
May
true.
not. Yes.
Okay, okay. Any other opinion on this? Not optimal solution. Sudha ma'am, you should explain what is this. It is a mere assumption or the thought process of the researcher that may be proved or disproved using statistical techniques. That it is called tentative statement. I agree. Okay. For example, there are 2 major types of hypothesis. One is null, another one is alternate. Usually, all the researchers in social science use these 2 predominantly. Okay, null says there is no relationship between 2 variables. Alternative says there is a relationship between 2 variables. For example, I take an example from medical field. There is no relationship between vaccination and disease prevention. This is null hypothesis. There is a relationship between vaccination and disease prevention. This is alternate hypothesis. Okay, which hypothesis you will check first? Alternative or null? Which hypothesis you will check first? Very good. Null hypothesis has to be checked, and accordingly you take your decision. Good. So here, this problem is rejecting the null hypothesis, correct? So what do you do? Rejecting null hypothesis. Rejecting the HO and accepting the substantiate research hypothesis. Answer B. Okay, this is match of the following. Questions are expected. Match of the following 10 questions, both paper 1 and 2, put together 10 questions. If you're able to match 1 or 2 perfectly, remaining things will automatically match. So what is the answer for this? 1 or 2 you are able to match, it is fine. Okay, questionnaire and interview, it is nominal scale. Okay, A, it is 4. If I found this, I am sure about this. Don't read anything and waste your time, just tick. That's it. Because A as match of the following as 4th option in only option C. Correct? Don't read others and waste your time. If there are 2 options starting with A4, then you can read. Otherwise, you should not. Very good. Answer is C. So this is the way to save your time for the toughest questions. Don't do any of your schooling practice here. In schooling, it may be told you that you should match everything and see whether that perfectly matches or not. Here, it is not the case. If you're able to say A4, then option C is the answer. That's it. Okay. Take 2 or 3 minutes. Who will do it? Let's see. Somebody who is having a basic knowledge in geometry can do this. A circle is same area as that of square of diagonal of length 11 centimeter. What is the diameter of the circle? The first logic you should understand is the area of circle and area of square is equal. Okay, first logic. Second logic, diagonal of the square is 11 centimeter. They are asking what is the diameter of the circle, correct? You take 1 minute and see whether you are able to operate. Because if you are able to operate, it is well and good. Take 1 minute. Have you got the answer? I explained the problem. How many of you are able to operate it? .6 DA. Okay, let us see. Have you understood the concept? See, I am not able to do the root format root 2, so I have taken root as root. The root will be like this. Hope you know it very well. Right? This is called the root 2. But I mentioned like this. Okay. So diagonal of square equal to s into root 2. So diagonal is 11 centimeter given in the question. 11 equal to s into root 2. So s equal to 11 divided by root 2. Area of square, that is s is side. Okay, s is side. Area of square equal to side square. So 11 divided by root 2 whole square, you will get 121 divided by 2 equal to 60.5. This is the area of square, which is 60.5. Okay. Then you all know about the area of circle is pi r square. So they have mentioned area of circle and area of square is same, correct? So pi r square equal to s square. So S square value 60.5. Pi r square value, pi value 3.14, r value we don't know, we are going to find it. Okay, so r square equal to 60.5 divided by 3.14, approximately it is 20. See, dividing 60.5 by 3.14 is a tough job, correct? It takes more time and there is a possibility of getting into error. So what I done is I made like this. I cancelled this and this, decimals I ignored. 60 by 3 it is 20. R square equal to 20. Try to understand R square. This is called R square. R square is 20. What is R? So root of R is, sorry, root of R square is R. So root of 20 is R. Root of 20 is between 4 to 5. 1 square 1, 2 square 4, 3 square 9, 4 square 16, 5 square 25. The value is 20 is in between. 20 is in between 16 to 25. So 4 square 16, 5 square 25. But our value 20 lies between these two. So I am taking the lowest value, which is 4. So R value is approximately 4. R is called radius of the circle, correct? 2 radius equal to 1 diameter. So they asked us to find out diameter. So 2R, that is 2 into 4 equal to 8. The answer which is close by 8, that is your answer. That's all. This symbol refers to approximately. That means the answer is not accurate. Now look at the problem. Is it clear? See, if you don't possess the basic geometry knowledge, I am helpless. See, you may think that mathematics is not useful in practical life, but believe me, every day you are using it. You want to buy a land and build a home. You need to know what is the square feet and how many square feet you are going to buy, how it is measured. And you are going to pave marble on the floor. You should know the size of marble, how many marbles required. Otherwise, you should depend on a mason or a consultant. He may say 20 or 30 pieces extra. How will you know that? So base mathematics, only these things you should remember. The geometry part: triangle, rectangle, circle, square. Not more than this. Okay, which of the following theories can be applied to classroom communication? As I said, do a logical guess. Use your rational brain. Theory of social constructivism, audience marginalization theory, ritualistic theory, theory of hegemony. So which one can be applied in classroom communication? So which is the answer? Let us see how many of you have answered it. Okay, A, B, any other answer? B, okay, let us see. Answer is A, because every question has a clue, as is said. Okay, every question has a clue, as is said. When you say classroom communication is a place of social constructivism. Okay, I have given the meaning for everything. Go through it for a moment. Meaning for all 4 options. Go through it. Remember. Social constructors is sociological theory of knowledge according to which human development is socially situated and knowledge is constructed through interaction with others. This is what happening inside the classroom. Marginalization theory. This is predominantly a social phenomenon by which a minority or subgroup is excluded and the needs or desires are ignored. Ritual theories assert that focused interaction, which these theories refers to ritual, is at the heart of all social dynamic. Hegemony is leadership or dominance over one group or the another group. Okay, why I have showed this? Any idea? I said you should practice how many question papers before entering into the examination hall? How many question papers you need to practice? Any idea? Minimum 20, maximum 20, ma'am, minimum 5. Correct, minimum 5 I said. Right? So, once you take up the test, for example, paper 1 you are taking, you should sit in a calm place and take the test. Once 1 hour over, you stop the test. You should not take the 1 hour test for 2 hours or more. See, the ability of taking test may differ from one person to another person. One person may complete in 45 minutes. Other person may take, let's say, 1.5 hours. Okay, this depends on the efficiency of the person. But everybody should stop attempting the question by 60 minutes. That is the examination time. Because if you keep on taking the test, 1 hour test for 1.5 hours and 2 hours, in the real examination, you will not do time management. And you will not know which one to touch first, which one you should not touch first. For example, if I am not good at logical reasoning or higher education, I should not touch those units first. If the question comes, skip and go to other one. The question comes, skip and go to other one. Once you complete the test number 1, let us say a paper 1 test number 1 you have completed. Once you complete it, you need to do analysis of results. Once that is over, you attempt the same question paper with the help of Google or with the help of any guide. And you should write down options like this. Every question paper has 50 questions. For example, let us say paper 150 questions. Apart from mathematical reasoning, data interpretation, reading comprehension, you are having 35 questions. So 35 questions are having 4 options. Literally 140 concepts you learn from a particular question paper if you are writing down like this. What is the meaning of each and every option? Don't get satisfied with your answer given. Okay, this is the answer. Happy about this. By guesswork I have done, but it is not a logical guesswork. So don't get settled with your answers. Always explore other options and their meanings. It is applicable for your paper 2 also. Clear? So one question paper, see, one question paper, 140 concepts, correct? 35 into for 140 concepts. 20 question papers, 2,800 concepts. The possibility of getting qualified in the examination is more. You become master of the subject matter. Okay, which of the following is not necessary step when you present an argument-based inference before the others? Which of the following is not a necessary step When you present an argument based on inference before the others according to classical school of logic. See, as I said, there is a clue in every question. Here is the clue. Present an argument based on inference before others. Assume that you present an argument based on inference before the others, which is not necessary one. Okay, which is not necessary one. Conclusion, comparison, application, example, which is not necessary one. B. Okay. Very good. B is the answer, because when you are presenting an argument, comparison is not necessary, but application, example, conclusion are mandatory. Clear? No dogs are reptile. No dogs are reptile. Which terms are distributed? Okay. Before going to this, we should understand some basics. There are 4 types of statement in logical reasoning. One is universal positive. See, universal positive, universal negative, particular positive, particular negative. Universal positive starts with all S or P's, all subjects are predicate. So don't look at the grammatical meaning or scientific truth, just accept the logic. All politicians are liar, may or may not be true. All cats are dogs, all humans are mortal, who knows? No S is P, universal negative. Some S are P, particular positive, some S are not P, particular negative. These things you should memorize, there is no other go. Okay, what is distribution? Only subject is distributed, that is yes part. This is subject, right? Politician is subject, which is distributed. Negative, universal negative, both subject and predicate is distributed. Here no distribution at all, only predicate is distributed. Clear? So what is distribution? I will tell you here. All humans are mortal. Look at here. All humans are mortal. All Greeks are humans. To cancel human must be distributed once. Here it is distributed, right? All humans. Look at this point. All politicians distributed, so all humans distributed. This is what we call as distribution. So human cancel, what happens? All Greeks are mortal. Now, what type of statement is given in the question? No politicians are liar, like that no dogs are reptile. What is distributed? Both subject and the predicate. Is it clear? Any doubt? Clear? Yes or no? Okay, we'll move on to next one. A student obtained 78 marks in his examination. This is percentage, 78% in his examination. Physics, chemistry, maths, computer science, general English. Marks obtained in each subject and the maximum mark indicated in the table. Correct? So whenever marks comes, keep it in mind. Marks should may or may not be 100 total marks. Sometimes 200, 150, 100, whatsoever. Okay, totally 800 marks. The student gained 78%. So physics mark 155, chemistry 80, maths 165, computer science 140. Okay, what is for general English? This we need to find out. You take 1 minute and try to solve it. Very simple problem. As a teacher, you can easily deduce the answer. Have you got the answer? Let us check out. Total marks 800. That is total of this 200, 100, 200, 200, 100. Total marks 800. So 78% he gained, which is given in the question, right? This also you know, 78% he gained. So total marks 80, 78% is his score. So marks he scored is 624 total score. Okay. If you want to know English mark, score of all subject except English, score minus all subject except English, correct? Because you don't know English marks, so except English. Score is 624 minus all other subject mark, 155, 80, 165, 140. If you minus this, you get 84. 84 is the score he has received in English. Any doubt on this? Clear? I don't know how two people got 68. Have you got the understanding of this problem? Yes or no? Quick. Others? If you don't understand, you can ask me. No problem. Okay, thank you. I'll move on to next one. Consider the following with reference to Indian School of Logic. Assume that any science school, that is a logic school, correct? Okay. I will give you logical reasoning also from School of Logic, correct? Logical reasoning. It is related to form of argument. Okay, A, yes or no. It is related to form of argument. Yes or no. Yes, because the sentence has a format. Subject, predicate, all cats or dogs. Sentence is some format. It is related to the content of the argument. Yes, of course, content is cats and dog. Correct? Content. Perceptual knowledge alone. Does it give any knowledge? Definitely no. So wherever C comes, that is wrong answer. C. So we no need to read out D now because it is cancelled. It is no more in the options. So answer is both A and B. Clear? Yes or no? Understood? See, without reading also you can attempt question. Logical thinking matters a lot. Have you got it? Very good, Sharanya ma'am. It is A and B. Others, have you got the answer? "19th. A shopkeeper sells refrigerator for 22,000 rupees. That means this 22,000 is a selling price. What is selling price? What is selling price? Cost price plus profit. What is cost price? Cost price refers to cost of production. Cost of producing a product is called cost price. For example, you are producing, let us say, biscuit at home. You are producing idli dosa at home. What is the cost per idli? That is cost of production. Plus, if you are selling the same idli to somebody, you have something, some cushion, right? That is profit. So cost price plus profit equal to selling price. Selling price always as profit. Sometimes it has loss, that is a rare case. Okay. And here also it is mentioned it is a 10% profit. If it decides to make the profit 18%, now the profit is 10%. If you want to make it to 18%, what should be the selling price? Always cost price should be assumed as 100, and whatever profit percentage you add or loss percentage you minus. Now selling price equal to 110%. This is also present. Okay. So now 22,000 selling price is for 110%. What is for 118%? So 22,000 divided by 110 into 118. This 118 should be in the numerator. Or you do like this. You put bracket once you complete 22,000 divided by 110. Then multiply the answer by 118. You will get 23,600. Is it clear? Very simple problem they asked. Is it clear? Answer is A. Very good, Sharanya ma'am. Answer is A. Okay. Identify the sequence which correctly indicates order for ensuring teaching and learning activity. So teaching and learning activity, that is the clue here. Okay, assuming that you are getting into the classroom, which activity you do first? Explore, evaluate, explain, engage. Which activity you do first? Don't read the options and waste your time. I will help you to find it easily. Explore, evaluate, explain, engage. Which activity you do as a teacher? Others, what is the opinion? Two people said C. Explain. So once you enter into the classroom, will you explain? Oh, all the four you do. Very good. D, A. Vidya Station, very good. It is D. You should engage people. Whenever a resource person comes to the college or coming for a special session, you will not start the topic immediately. You will be having some ice-breaking session to get familiarity with the crowd, to make people to engage with you for a few moments. Okay, so you should engage people, then explore, explain, evaluate, and extend. All the things are correct. Try to understand. The exam test your ability to comprehend a situation, your ability to comprehend a particular topic, nothing else. It matters how depth you understand and how fast you respond. Clear? Engage is the answer. Whenever you see a crowd, engage. That matters a lot. See, once you get into the class, what you are going to explore? Nothing. Evaluation is always the last stage that you cannot say. So usually people get into explain because they usually do in the classroom. They go to the classroom, they fill the board, they start teaching. So they say explain. It's not so. The first 5 minutes you try to engage students. Start with some case study, start with some puzzle, okay? Start with something there in the newspaper and then go to the subject matter. Clear? Okay, number series, highly repeated question in mathematical reasoning, okay? So the series is 2, 9, 20, 35, 54, 77, 104. The series may be multiplication model or addition model. In the reverse angle, it may be division model or subtraction model. Here it is the addition model. What is the addition? 7, 2 and 9. What is the difference? 2 and 9. What is the difference? 7. 9 and 20. What is the difference? 11. 20 and 30. What is the difference? 15. 35 and 54. What is the difference? 19. 54 and 77. What is the difference? 23. 77 and 104. What is the difference? That we are going to find out. Okay, that's the question. So this 104 is the answer we are going to find out. Up to this, they are given in question. Okay, second step. I don't get any clue with this 7, 11, 14, 15, 19. But I see the difference again. 7 to 11 is 4. 11 to 15, 4. 15 to 19, 4. 19, 23, 4. 23, 27, 4. Because 23 plus 27, sorry, 23 plus 4 equal to 27. 77 plus 27 equal to 104. Clear? This clear? Number series may be anything like this. There is no hard and fast rule that it should be like this. There may be 100 plus models, but if you understand logic, you can crack. Very easy one and repeated one. Others understood number series logic. You should find out what is the logic given in the question and try to establish the same logic in the answer part. You will get the answer. (22). Yes, let us see who has good understanding of the thing. The main purpose of using ICT in the classroom teaching. Okay, ICT in classroom teaching, that is the clue. Making classrooms instruction interesting, divert student attention in the class, keep students engaged in the class, optimize the learning outcome of teaching. Which one is the answer? Tell me why. Which one is the answer? Tell me why. This requires understanding of the context in which question is asked. Because A, B, C, D, all the four are look-alike options. A, B, C, D looks like answers, correct? But again, it is confusing. Let us see how many of you have given right answer. Learning outcome, very good. D, very good. Answer is D. Because all those things, classroom instruction, interesting, student attention, student engagement leads to optimized learning outcome. You are all talking about outcome based learning, OBE. Try to understand. Next one. The compositional and creativity skill in presentation of students can most effectively be evaluated by which of the following tests? Objective, essay, short answer, projective. So many of you know it is not objective, it is not short answer. So other two, which one would be the answer? Essay type or projective type, which one is the answer? So answer is essay type. Where is the clue? Composition. And the essay goes together grammatically or vocabulary wise. Projective type is not the answer. Let me see how many of you have done perfectly. See, majority of you went with D, but answer is B. Anyway, it is good attempting. See, projective type will get practical understanding of the problem, but not your compositional skills will be shown there. Mr. X lives in a slum and is unemployed, therefore X deserves to be a minister. What is the fallacy is committed in this argument? It is a fallacy, right? Since he is poor and unemployed, minister position cannot be given to him, right? But if you think so, if you are induced so, because of his misery you are offering him, then it is a fallacy. Fallacy means wrong understanding of something. Okay, that is fallacy. 4 types of fallacy: fallacy of composition, Ad misericordiam, fallacy of division, fallacy of accident. So you can read it. Fallacy of composition refers to, example, each human cell is lightweight. Human being is composed of cells. So human being is lightweight. Is that so? Each human cell is lightweight. Human being is composed of cells. So human being is lightweight. Is that so? Definitely not. If you are understanding like that, it is a composition fallacy. Ad misericordiam. So the vocabulary it has misery. So when you are looking at somebody's misery, appeal to pity, and your understanding goes like that. Since he is poor, he is good, or is having he will be having good character. You are assuming it. So characterization does not come with the economic status or community status. So if you are understanding, when somebody comes from this area, he will be like this. That's the type of ad misericordiam. Here in the example, he lives in a slum and unemployed. Therefore, he deserves to be a minister. It's a type of ad misericordiam. A fallacy of division. Because a group as a whole has a characteristic, it doesn't follow the individuals in the group have the characteristics. Group characteristics are always different from individual characteristics. Accident fallacy, birds can fly, penguins are birds, so penguins can fly. Penguins cannot fly, right? If you understand like this, it is accident fallacy. Our answer is ad misericordiam. So there are around 80 plus fallacies. If you want, I will give the list in the WhatsApp group. The last question of today's session. Which of the following factors have labeled as social competence in influencing learning? It's a coding method, so don't read A to E, but better you read the coding. B is there in all the codes, correct? So don't read B. Anyway, B is appearing thrice. You should check B. Clue is social competence influencing learning. So B is motivation, correct? Motivation is there as a social competence in learning. Yes. Then an option which showed B, that is ruled out. C appearing twice. Intelligence. Will intelligence influence learning? Yes or no? Let us check people aptitude about teaching. Will intelligence influence learning? Yes or no? Will intelligence influence learning? Okay, how many of you seen a student is clever but not studious? That is a category, right? Student is intelligent but he is not interested in studies. So intelligence will help them to learn but not influence them to learn. The question they played with the vocabulary, but you are all fainted, right? So your intelligence will help you to learn better, but your intelligence will not influence you learn better. It means all intelligence are interested in studies. It is not so. Intelligence may be interested in other activities also, but sometimes they may not at all interested in studies. Got it? Answer is no. Intelligence will not influence your learning, but it will assist you to learn better. Got it? So wherever C comes, it's wrong. Answer is A, B, D. So E is not answer, right? Inability to translate thoughts into action. Answer is A, B, D. But here I haven't read what is D and E, but I am able to derive my answer. Even I haven't read what is A also. A, D, E I haven't read, but without reading that, by reading only B and C, I am able to answer because only 1 minute is allotted to every question. It's time for feedback about today's session. Or any doubts you can ask me. Purnima Shivashankaran, super technique, sir. Yes, use it. That's why it is taught in the classroom. Others session was interactive in all the areas except the mathematical or logical oriented. Other generic areas, people interaction was better. So this technique you can use in paper 2 also. Yes, you need a lot of practice than your preparation part. But you are having plenty of time this time. Don't worry. The exam may not be next month because it is almost 20 today, right? So exams will not be in the next month. Yes, you should understand the smart techniques to approach the question, Sweta ma'am. Fine, I hand over the session to Dr. Manju Priya ma'am.
Thank you, sir. You have really touched almost all the topics in paper 1 and made us easily understandable. Also, you really made this session a very interactive one, sir. We, the participants, really come to know how to find answers, especially the strategies to choose right answer. Thank you so much, sir, for making this evening a knowledgeable one. Thank you, sir. Thank you all the participants, and see you all tomorrow by 6 p.m. Thank you all. Feedback has been posted in the chat box. Kindly